Okay, so in the last couple of days, we have seen a couple of keys, and today we are focusing on key number 8, significance and dominance key number 8. I believe that if anybody is going to dominate in 2022, that person should have this attitude, should have this ability of acquiring and deploying what I call destiny enabling knowledge and skills. Acquiring and deploying destiny enabling knowledge and skills. And there may be some people that you already have these skills. You already have the knowledge, but you are not deploying it. You are not making good use of it. Okay? But those who don't have it, you need to acquire so that you can deploy. Everybody, all of us here, we have certain skills that until we acquire them and begin to deploy them in our careers, in our businesses, in our lives in general, your destiny manifestation will always be slow or if not stagnant. The right acquisition of skills and usage or deployment is very critical in destiny manifestation. It's very critical for you to be tremendously successful in 2022. So if you look at your life and you notice that you don't have any significant skill, I mean, a skill that you know that you are so uniquely good at it, a skill that can even be classified under high income skill. A high income skill or high income knowledge is that thing that you know or that skill that you have that anytime you deploy it, anytime you use it, anytime you execute it, there is always something that happens instantly or something that happens tangibly that advances your life forward. But if you're there that if you look at your life right now all through and you cannot strategically or point out from your life, hey, you see this thing, I am good at this thing. When I practice this, when I execute this, there is always a shift. There's always an advancement. There's always a connection. Somebody always reach out to me to connect. Something always happens in a way that advances my life forward. It's not something you have to assume. It's not something you have to, you cannot bargain. You cannot do without this. You understand? This is very critical for you. So if there is no skill that you have, there is that no knowledge that you have that is so significant and tangible, it is going to be a very challenging year for you. Very, very challenging. Because whatever you're going through right now, one of the contributing factors is actually the kind of skills that you have that can enable your life to move forward, or the kind of knowledge that you have. So that's what I'm emphasizing. When it comes to skill, you have to acquire high income skills. When it comes to knowledge, you have to acquire superior knowledge. Normal skills and average knowledge will never give you the life of significance and dominance. You will end up being like the same human being in the quarters, in the community. You'll be average like everybody else. If you want to sit where kings sit, you have to have the knowledge and skills that can create the value they don't have the ability to create. If you want to sit where great people sit, if you want to handle the results that average people cannot handle, your responsibility is to have the skills that average people do not possess, is to command the kind of knowledge that average people do not have. The truth is that the kind of life, the kind of results that you have been able to manifest in 2021 directly corresponds to the kind of skills that you command or the kind of superior knowledge that you have access to or that you know. So the question is, when you look at the kind of life you want to live in 2022, when you look at the kind of career you want to manifest, when you look at the kind of business that you want to run in 2022, do you have the destiny enabling knowledge and skills to engineer and facilitate the kind of life you desire or the kind of career you would like to see manifest in your life? Do you have it? And this depends on the various industries. We all have passions and purpose in different sectors and industries and so on. Somebody who want to grow an incredible career in agriculture must not have the same destiny enabling skills and knowledge. Somebody who want to grow in technology, somebody who wants to grow in fashion, somebody who want to grow in coaching and training, somebody who wants to grow in what? In education, in politics. You don't have the same destiny enabling knowledge and skills. That is why you need to spend time and focus on your path and understand your path, understand your purpose, understand your goals for next year, and begin to decide, do I have the skills and the knowledge to make this happen? If not, how do I acquire the right knowledge? How do I acquire the right skills? Like the 12 growth actions we spoke about on day one or so, one of the things you have to, as you are writing those growth actions, ask yourself this question: do I have the right knowledge that I can deploy and make these 12 growth actions a success? Do I have the skills that I can deploy, that I can execute and begin to see the manifestation or the success of the 12 growth actions that I have in my mind for next year? One of the best ways to advance your life is to advance the acquisition and deployment of superior knowledge and high income skills. This is one of the highest secrets in life. Do you have it? Do you need to acquire? So these are some high income skills I want us to talk about that I believe that if anybody will win in 2022, you should be very good at all of these skills. Number one is the ability to learn, unlearn, and relearn. This is a very critical skill now, next year, and in the next 40 years. We are in a dispensation whereby if you are not very intentional at learning new things, you will not always have access to superior knowledge. If you are not you're not comfortable at unlearning some old knowledge that no longer serves you, so that you can relearn the right knowledge that can serve your career and business, you are not ready for excellent success next year. There are some things that if many of you do not unlearn, you will not be able to live the life you have in your mind, the kind of dreams you have in your mind. You will not be able. Because old knowledge, wrong information, wrong knowledge will only produce wrong actions or only give you outdated strategies that no longer serves the current dispensation or the kind of destiny you have to manifest. So you have to learn, consistently relearn, and consistently unlearn. That is why if there are whatever you read in school some few years back, you have to make sure you start relearning and be up to date with what is happening. Number two skill that is very important in 2022 and upward is processing. Processing. That is the ability to read information, come in contact with information or instructions, or come in contact with opportunities, and you can sit and process. You process, then you understand before you take action. If you're that kind of person that you read something and you go straight to action, you will never be able to produce results at a certain level. People that produce exceptional results have very good processing capacity. You read something, or as you're listening to me, you are processing these things. How is this relevant to me? How is this practical to me? How can I start practicing this tomorrow? That is you processing. If as I'm talking and you're taking down notes, writing is part of processing. Questioning things is part of processing. Asking questions to understand is part of processing. Many people don't get to execute after listening because they don't process. Because when you process, you will see the relevance of what I was teaching and where you can practice in your life, and even at what time you can execute to see the right results. The next skill that you need for you to win is resourcefulness. I have always said, it is not the lack of resources that is holding many people back. It is the lack of resourcefulness that is holding people back. When you are not resourceful, you will always have life holding you back. Because when you face any little challenge, you are only going to complain. You will not find a way out of that situation because you don't have the skill of being resourceful. People that complain a lot, people that give up at the slightest opportunity, people that feel bad when they fail at one little thing, you're not going to win, trust me. You're going to struggle to win significantly. But resourceful people are people who find their way out of any situation. There are people who go the extra mile to position themselves to do the right things. There are people who always know who to call or who to connect to that can get them what they need. That is resourcefulness. They don't just give up. They don't just stop doing anything because they've made a challenge. No, resourceful people find a way to go through the challenge or to go behind the challenge, to jump over the challenge. But by all means, they always find a way to skip through the challenge. They find a way to break through the challenge. They don't run away from a challenge when it shows up. Are you resourceful? Do you have this mentality that you have to find a way to get it done, no matter what way, but you have to find a way to get things done? That is resourcefulness. Like I always say, like in business and entrepreneurship, your level of resourcefulness will determine how you advance your company. There are many things that you're going through in business because your resourcefulness is questionable. Your level of resourcefulness is not enough. Like for example, if you're looking for capital right now and you don't have people that can invest in you, give you money as capital, something is wrong somewhere. It is because you lack the resourcefulness to connect with the right investors that can invest in you. You don't have the skills of looking for money. What is your level of resourcefulness? And one of the best ways for you to increase your level of resourcefulness is for you to increase your level of knowledge acquisition and acquiring new skills. Like you going through this morning school to prepare for 2020, this is you increasing your level of resourcefulness. You are working on your mentality, you're increasing the strength of your mentality, you are becoming better, you're connecting to people in PPA. That is you increasing your level of resourcefulness. The next skill that you need for you to win in 2022, digital skills. You need digital skills so badly. The world is going so digital, and there is a lot of money in the digital space. Yet the only ability, the only way that you're gonna tap to win in 2022 is your ability to use digital skills to create value, to express value, and monetize value. Like, for example, this is me using virtual team collaboration skills to create value through this morning school. If I didn't have the skill of designing a PowerPoint, if I didn't have the skill of using WhatsApp to create a community for people, if I didn't have the skill of knowing how to use Zoom and so on to do various things, trust me, this program will not be happening. There are people that want to do things with people from different locations, but they don't know how to do it. They don't even know how to use Zoom effectively. They don't know how to design a PowerPoint that they can use to engage people. You are not going to survive without digital skills. I strongly advise people, if you know that your digital skills are weak, please go to a training. Go get a training. If you don't know how to use Facebook professionally, go get a training on that. If you don't know how to use LinkedIn, especially LinkedIn is a gold mine. You can get funding on LinkedIn. You can get international jobs on LinkedIn. You can get you can get any kind of opportunity on LinkedIn if only you know how to use it. Can you create content digitally? Can you create written content that can engage people on all social media platforms? Can you create video content? Can you create TikTok video that can go viral and people pay you to advertise? Can you even do a video course? Can you use YouTube very well? What can you create digitally that you can resell? Can you do online ads? Can you do Google ads? Can you do Facebook ads? These are skills. Can you do drop shipping? Do you know how to buy things from online stores? Can you set up an online store and begin to make money? Can you buy things from Alibaba in China and they ship to you in Cameroon and you resell to smaller stores? These are all digital skills. You have to acquire them. Can you write a good report on Microsoft Word? You need skills like that. So whatever skill that is digital, you have to make sure you know. Does your work require graphic designing? Okay, do you know how to use online graphic designing tools to actually get the skills? So you just have to do this. You just have to do this. And these digital skills, you have to acquire them because you're going to need them for the next 30 years in a career, especially for young people here. You get a point? You're going to need them because if not, you're going to have very big issues as far as that is concerned. Do you know how to collect data on the internet and analyze data? Do you know Google Analytics? Do you know search engine optimization? Do you know blogging? Do you know how to use keywords on a blog so that the right people can find whatever content you're creating on the internet? This is very critical that we all have to know. The next skill that you need, which is, and all of these are what I call, I regard as destiny enabling skills, and what you can also call transferable skills. These skills, whether you are in which industry, you need these 7 skills. They are a must-have for you. Before you can now start tailoring to, let's say, for example, you want to become a trainer, you need to know all these skills, but there are more core skills you need to have, you need to develop as a trainer, like for example, curriculum design. That's now more tailored to you, which is a high income skill, right? You need to know, you need to get, for example, you need to get trained on how to do virtual training, like what I am doing. It's a way to create and deliver virtual training. It's not the same way that you deliver training physically, standing on a platform holding a mic. You need 360-degree communication skill. What does that mean? You must be very good at communicating using any channel of communication if you're going to win next year. When it comes to written communication, you can write something good with no spelling errors. I'm not saying you're going to be perfect. As you write content and it's perfect, but there are some terrible, if you write that from the first paragraph to the last paragraph, you have spelling errors, grammatical punctuations are wrong, your sentences are poorly structured, your English is just like a class 7 English, class 7 liver, you are just there. Something is wrong with you. You have to be good at creating written content in this particular dispensation. Number 2 is video content. Video content. You must be good at creating video content of yourself and for your business or your career. Video is very critical. As I keep telling you guys, I am one of those I was advising a school proprietor the other day at how to create videos, social media videos on your school program, on your marketing school program. Somebody should not leave school with marketing or even university. You cannot create good corporate or even marketing or commercial videos for Facebook, for YouTube, for Instagram, and for TikTok. It's good. For LinkedIn, for YouTube, I mentioned YouTube already. It's very good. Even you should be able to take your phone and record a selfie video that is intelligent, that is engaging, and that can keep people glued to what you're saying. That is a very important skill. Just videos I've been able to sit and do just with my phone has opened me many doors. It has had me speaking engagements. It has had me consulting contracts and so on. The ability to be able to engage people with video content is a very powerful skill in this particular dispensation and for the next 30 to 40 years. There are some of you that you have never done a video at all and you call yourself a professional. Professionals create content for people to consume. That's why you want to be, you desire respect in your industry. You have no written content anywhere. You have no video on the internet, you talking about your field of expertise. You have no research paper anywhere. In short, even your HND and your degree project, you don't even know where it is today. Nobody, it's not on the internet. Nobody can read whatever you have written. One sign that you're a respected authority in your field is that somebody can quote your work somewhere. Somebody can quote what you represent. Somebody can quote the value that you have created, only you can create. That is one sign of a professional. And that is done through communication. One thing with communication, I'm still talking about 360-degree communication. Public speaking. Public speaking. Some of you, even here on this Zoom session, you don't want to talk. Nobody's even seeing your face. You're still afraid to talk. Not to talk of standing in front of people and talking. There are some of you that if they give you the magnet in front of 10 people, you pray for the ground to swallow you and take it to your ancestors and then bring it back after the event. And you desire to succeed. One sign that you can succeed in life is your ability to influence people with your mouth, your words, and with your facial expression. What you can call public speaking. If you lack the ability, if you lack the charisma, you lack the confidence, fear is controlling you. You cannot stand in front of people and influence them and communicate intelligently and speak boldly in confidence with the right charisma. You are missing a lot in life. You're not that kind of person that you intentionally, like for example, you are coming to this morning school and you know that I am going to ask, what are you practicing that is changing your life? And you don't even prepare your mind that, oh, so, let me prepare something to come and share. How do you want to influence your world when in front of 51 people I give you the chance to talk, you cannot open your mouth and talk? Where else are you going to start talking? Who do you going to influence? That's why some people will end up local champion, quarter people, area boys and area girls, because you cannot influence relevant people in the society with your mouth. And you go and blame your village people who are innocent. Nobody knows the value you carry in your brain, inside of you. The only way somebody can know is if you express it. Do you know the quality of people here in PPA? Until you talk, until you speak, and the way you can speak, the way you can communicate intelligently, the kind of points you can raise, that is the only way somebody can notice you. Hey, this person has something I need. We can partner. I can employ this person. We can do this together. As they say in church, a closed mouth is a closed destiny. Some of you are responsible for where you are. Nobody knows you. Nobody can recommend you because nobody knows what you're good at. Because you're very good. You have a PhD in sealing your destiny by sealing your lips. But you wake up tomorrow and say, life is not going. Because nobody knows you, so your life is not going to go anywhere. Nobody can endorse you because nobody knows what you can do. Nobody can endorse you because nobody has ever heard you talking anywhere. Nobody can endorse you because you have never influenced a group of people with their sense, with their intelligence. That thing should stop before you enter next year. That self-doubt that you carry within you, that's low self-esteem, that thing that you come to places like this and you don't have well-created knowledge that you have processed and you're willing to share. Or there are some of you that you decide, oh, I want to be a trainer like some of you always say, I want to become like you, I want to give me books like. The only reason that people get to know that, oh, Joybert can teach this is because I talk about it. But it starts with you doing what? Learning, unlearning, and relearning. You cannot go and talk nonsense. They will seize the mic from your hand and never call you again to come. But it starts from sharing small things. It starts from sharing what is happening around you in your life. What are you learning? What are you practicing? What is happening around you? That's where it starts from. The next part of communication you need to know is presentation. Presentation is different from public speaking or just talking. Like what I'm doing is presentation. I'm leveraging, like with the morning school, I'm leveraging the skill of training, the skill of presentation, the skill of public speaking. I'm playing across these skills to carry you along throughout this training. Presentation in communication is the ability to show people something and make them understand what you're trying to show them. That's why it's called presentation skills. There are people that can just speak. They can give like a speech, a keynote address, but they cannot present anything. They will never know how to show you. They will never know how to walk you through something to see, understand, and even take action. Can you present a product? Can you present a PowerPoint? You need to learn how to do that. The next important part of communication is your ability to listen, understand, and respond. Listen, you understand, listen, you process, you understand, and then you respond. It's part of communication. There's some people that one reason you are still in the same spot is because when you enter in the midst of great men, they are talking, you can't even understand very well. You don't even process, you don't even say something intelligent. You just talk anyhow, blah, 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 up and down, make note up and down, even disrespect them. At the end, nobody can even take your number and say, I like you. Because you spoke unprofessionally. You spoke like a street boy or a street girl who found his or herself in a boardroom. You need to know when you're in the midst of greatness, you need to know that one of the core skills is your ability to listen. If you're in the midst of people that have gone ahead of you in life, one of your most powerful skills is your ability to shut up, listen, process, understand, and only speak from the place of humility, and make sure that when you have 30 seconds to speak, say it right. Don't just speak anyhow because you think you can talk. Guys, you've got to master 360-degree communication. Another part of it is sending text messages and emails. So you don't even have to send professional emails. If I ask you now, send me a professional email, you will send terrible stuff. I've seen it. I have had to interact with some of you on email. You can barely address the person you're writing the email to. You can barely write an email subject. You can barely end the email in a respectful manner. So you can barely send a message. Some of you are writing me for if you just me writing me for the first time, we have never spoken, you can even start the discussion well. But then, so we need to make sure that we get these things sorted out. And this is the benefit of PPA. Throughout next year, I have trainings outlined. We have those have been in PPS for the whole of this year. You have like digital skills. We broke down digital skills tremendously to another level. Other training, I'm going to pick some of these things and train one after another. But this is giving you the blueprint. It's giving you the blueprint where you need to talk, I need to start learning this. I need to start doing this. I need to start doing this. I need to start doing this so that I get ready for it. And I also tell you guys, for you to go to the top, the acquisition and knowing how to deploy superior knowledge and skills is not cheap. It's not cheap. You cannot be greedy. You cannot be greedy to invest in yourself and expect to acquire and deploy superior. Superior knowledge is not cheap. Because you guys are going through this for free, you think it's cheap? It's affordable? It's not. It's not. There are people paying 250,000 francs for coaching to transition to 2022. And for the things I'm teaching them, this one I'm teaching you for free. It's even not cheap because there are people that still want to join PPA and they're not able to afford 12,000 francs to be in a group for a year that are going to get free massive knowledge for the whole year. You're not going to advance. You're not going to advance if you are selfish, you are greedy to invest in yourself. It's not going to be easy, guys, trust me. The way to the top when it comes to knowledge acquisition and skill acquisition, you will have to discipline yourself. You will have to intentionally invest in yourself for you to win. Be ready for it. As I always say, one of the best decisions that happened to me was when I decided to start creating a budget for my studies and beginning to live an uncomfortable life to invest in myself. One of the best ways to leave poverty, one of the best ways to increase your chances of doubling your income or tripling your income is for you to increase superior knowledge and acquisition of the right skills. One of the best things I did was to live uncomfortable for years and get my MBA, get my doctoral, get other certifications, which positions me to be able to make more money and charge more expensive and be sought after by the right people. There are some of you that, like I was talking to somebody yesterday, a church brother after church yesterday, and he was like, I just want to be like you, do this, do this. I'm like, okay, good. And he has been planning to join my mentorship like for 8 months today, just since last year, if I may say so, or since the beginning of this year. And I asked a simple question: are you in any of my coaching groups? He said, he said, sir, when I plan, something always come up, something always come up, something always come up. I said, things will always come up in life. Let me tell you, things always come up in life. But for one of the best ways for you to win in life is for you to get the right knowledge and the right skills that will grow you to reach in a level whereby when problems come to you, they will always be under you, not above you. When problems come to us and they always feel as if problems are above us, is because we have not grown. We don't have the right knowledge and skills to be above the problems. In terms of mental capacity, in terms of financial resources, in terms of the right people that can help you overcome the problem. Many of us have area boys and area girls around us as friends who cannot support us tangibly, because your ability to create the right value is still very local. When you are very valuable, automatically your entourage changes. The kind of people you associate with changes, because you start even attracting them. When they see your talent, they see what you're good at, they start coming to you. And until you use communication through writing, video, writing books, articles, whatever that you can do, and begin to communicate the value that you carry, nobody will come close to you because they don't even know who you are. It's not written on your forehead. It's what you can do and what you represent and the kind of authority that you command. It's not. But communication is that tool, is that skill that you can use for people to see who you are, feel who you are, and desire to connect with who you are. Begin to grow people. Stop that nonsense. Oh, I am just a housewife with an advanced level degree. And so what? Does that stop you from learning the right things? Like you are here right now, learning the right things? It doesn't stop you. Does that stop you from getting an online course and studying to become better? Does that stop you from taking one of my courses to advance your life? It doesn't. Don't say, oh, I am just like this guy Siri in the group. He used to say that thing, I'm just a carpenter. I've been warning him to stop saying that. Allah, he's stretching himself and going to the right places, and he's proud of himself. He sent me a testimony yesterday. I was so happy about that. Don't undermine yourself. Oh, I'm just a housewife. Oh, I just have advanced level. Oh, I just have HND. Oh, I'm just this. I'm just a cleaner. Oh, I'm just a common restaurant or mame put. That is the thinking that is keeping you. Nobody cares about that. What they care is, what value do you bring to the table? What value do you bring to the table? That's what they care about. Before I had my MBA, I've been lecturing master's degree students. Many places I've gone, they've never asked for my CV or which school did you go to or what's your highest qualification. They just read about the value, they just hear about the value that you can create, and they just hire your services. Boom, you're good to go. Guys, you guys gotta wake up, eh? You gotta wake up. Because if you don't, you'll circle around in the same place next year, and that will be so disaster. That's disaster for you. High disaster. Witchcraft package in the village by advanced witches and send your way. Next, strategic positioning. The ability to position yourself where kings and queens and men of timber and caliber can find you is very incredible. It's one of the most powerful skills that will change your destiny forever. If you are talented, you are gifted, and you are skillful, but people cannot find you in the right places at the right time, you will be a very talented, wrongly positioned professional. Go to your village, you're going to see very talented guys in their village and nobody knows them. Go to your quarter right now, look at guys, you're going to see guys that are very talented and nobody knows them. You need to master the art of strategic position, and it's very simple. There are two ways: virtual strategic positioning and offline strategic positioning. Virtually, I would like to ask a simple question. If they write your name on Google, what's going to show? That's the first place to start measuring how you are strategically positioned on the internet or digitally. You cannot separate digital positioning from success in this particular dispensation. If you have access to a smartphone, you have access to a laptop, you have the internet, and you are listening to me right now, or you're going to watch this video later, you cannot separate digital positioning from your career that you're going to have. You cannot. There is no way. I wish I could comfort you, but there's no way. The internet is an inevitable force. You cannot run away from it. It's like 15 years ago, the internet started just in Douala, then it came to Bamenda, and then before, like some will be in Congo, let's say 15 years ago, and say, oh, that thing not reach for here. No, we don't bother to study about it. Now it's in Congo. Even people in your village have smartphones and they have access to internet network. It's only going to consistently penetrate. There's what is called mobile phone penetration. It is rated that mobile phone penetration is on the increase every year by at least 18%. What does that mean? It means that the number of people who keep having access to smartphones in Africa every year keeps increasing by 18%. It means that I read one report that said that 300 million new people every year in Africa keep buying new smartphones, acquiring smartphones for the first time. That is how rapid that is. Even you here, when you hear of somebody's name for the first time, some of you have Google search, you heard for the first time, when you went straight to Google, and you went straight to Facebook. What were you doing like that? If I was not there on Facebook for you to find me, or on Google for you to find me, you may not actually be here, or you may not even hire my services as a coach, or whatever reason that we have connected. You need to know how to strategically position yourself on the internet. It's very critical. How can you use Facebook to position yourself? How can you use Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn to do that? How can you use blogging to do that? It's very critical. The next is offline positioning. One of the best ways to position yourself is to show up and attend industry events. When I say industry events, attend events that pertain to your industry. If you're in agriculture, one of your goals should be to attend all core agricultural seminars and events happening in Cameroon. When you get there, as people are seeing you, as you're seeing people, as you're getting contacts and they're connecting your own contacts, that is positioning. When they get to know what you do and how you can do it, that is you being positioned in their mind and in their professional network. When something is needed that you can do, boom, they reach out to you and give you a call. Show up in events. Being in communities like this is part of positioning. Proudly talking about what you can do and how you can do it is strategic positioning. And of course, the last destiny enabling skill. There are many other skills, but these are the top 7 skills I believe that anybody in any sector, you need to practice all of, not some, all the 7. You need to be excellently good at all the 7, not some. So if you have to pay for private training, let him do it. If you have to go pay for a workshop for 1 month, go do it. But by all means, don't be handicapped in all of this. Your destiny will be handicapped, whether I like it or not. There are some of these things, if you don't know them, fast and pray for 300 days and 300 nights. The Lord will say, hey, I'm ready to bless you, but you want me to behave like a native doctor. You have not done your part. You have not done your part. I always say the most dangerous person on earth is that anointed, skillful person. When it comes to skills, you get it done excellently. When it comes to the presence and the grace of God, you carry it. You are very dangerous to success. You're very dangerous to failure. You can walk through any door. The last one, of course, is massive execution. The ability to get things done. The ability to get things done. Like there are some of you, you don't have this skill. You have listened to this morning retreat for the 2022 morning retreat from day 1 to today. You have not started practicing anything. And you have very sweet excuses. Oh, I'm tired. Oh, this is happening in my life. And all. One of the biggest things that is stealing destinies is that excuse that when you are going through problems, you don't study. When you're going through problems, you say, my mind is not steady. This is going to happen in my life. You need to overcome that bad excuse. That's one thing the devil is using to cage destinies. That's some of you small query with your boyfriend. You say, I cannot think straight. Look at your life. You don't want to grow the person. You need to make sure, see, no matter what happens, I will always study. If I'm hungry, I will study. If I travel for 12 hours flight, 13 hours flight, when it's time to study, I will study. Because there are some things that are the core pillars. When that pillar is broken, your life is shaken forever. Execution is one of those things. That's when you listen like this, and then you go, you do nothing. And you're going to have very beautiful excuses why you didn't do anything. It's either you're making results or you're making excuses. You cannot have both. I've never seen somebody who have excuses and has result at the same time. It will never happen. That is an equation that can never balance. It's either you choose your comfort zone or you choose to grow. I have never seen incredible results manifest in any comfort zone. It's never going to happen. That day will never come. Till Jesus comes, it will never come. So your ability to get things done and the skill of massive execution doesn't happen from the place of motivation. Motivation is for babies. You get the point? Motivation is for kids. Motivation is for small boys and girls. Big boys and big men talk about self-discipline. Men and women talks about, is this what I have to do? So let me shut up and do it. With self-discipline, you don't do things based on how you feel in your spirit. Based on whether you're tired or not. Is it supposed to be done? Shut up and get it done. That's massive execution. Motivation, people want to do the only when they feel motivated. Oh, no, I don't feel like studying today. Really? I don't feel like waking up today. I don't feel, yeah, that is how I keep not feeling. That's how village people are doing push-ups around your destiny and laughing at you. So, hey, see, let's keep on throwing him around like that. Some of you have blamed the devil until if the devil opens the door and says, this one, I'm totally innocent the way this one is. You've got to master the art of massive execution. Listen, hear it, get it done. Simple. If you are looking for excuses to sweeten your life and cajole your life while you're not doing things, you're going to see it, guys. You're going to see it. That's why you claim to be busy. You're busy more than who? There are guys who are doing 10 times what you're doing, making money 10 times what you're making, and they say have time to do the right things and just remain at the top of their game. Your challenge is you sleep too much, you gossip too much, you WhatsApp too much, you have a lot of distractions around you. We all have the same 24 hours. But why is that yours? You cannot use it right and do the right things. Pick out what is distracting you and start killing it. Pick it out. Whatever is responsible for stopping you from massively executing and taking actions in the right direction, start killing it. Start killing it. If it's television, why not sell it? Dash somebody with it. I dashed on my television in 2015. I've never bought one till today. If it's movies in your laptop, delete it. You cannot discipline yourself to respect it. Delete it. If there are some friends, cut them off. If they say you're proud, say it's your pride. You will take it to heaven, if need be. Block them if need be. See, this destiny journey, this success journey there are some things that if you are not rugged, if you are not dangerous in how you take some decisions, you will pamper things that will kill your destiny in the long run. That's what some of you are doing. You are pampering and feeding some friendships that are sucking life out of you, sucking success out of you. But you are pampering and feeding it with your own money. And then maybe you're going to church and praying against an enemy that is inside your house, that you're even feeding the thing, you're using your money to feed that same enemy. Something's gonna shift. Some things are gonna have to shift for your destiny to shift. 2022. You just gotta shift. Look at all these 7 skills. You're gonna see how you have messed up in 2021 if you are really serious at doing self-analysis. You're gonna see, oh, this is what I was not doing right. This is what I have to start doing right. There's going to, they just have to be some shifting for your career to advance, for your business to advance, for you to advance as a person. If that shift is not there, guys, trust me, you are going to have challenges. Okay, so for this, I'm going to challenge you, create a study plan if you have to. Take part of your budget and pay for a training program if you have to. But by all means, you have to take a concrete decision. Buy new books if you have to. Buy courses if you have to. Book for coaching if you have to. But based on this, if you remain the same as far as knowledge acquisition and knowledge deployment is concerned, not just knowledge, superior knowledge acquisition and deployment is concerned, you may remain the same next year. Only the dates will change in your life. You will only grow in size and height and stomach, but you are not growing in mental capabilities. You are not growing as far as your bank account is concerned. You are not growing as far as your ability to influence people is concerned. The most dangerous growth is the one you're only growing in size, body, belly, height, and the ability or the number of bottles that you can drink. That's very dangerous growth in the wrong direction. So you've got to move somebody. until you move, nothing is going to move in your life. So where do you need to move? Which skills are you handicapped in? There's what is called skills gap. Begin to analyze which skills gaps do you have that you need to acquire to enhance or advance the future of your career and your business.